Fancy. Today, we are having another chat. SHHHHHAATT.
Okay.
Chat. I am aware that, that's shit, but whatever. That's not what we mean. So let's just have a little chat today, brother.
Let's do
Let's
it.
have a little talk. Some current events, some things that are happening, things that have pissed me off,
Things that passed.
things that have passed. Do you want to start?
Welcome to Fancy Bit. I'm Adrian.
I'm Ed.
Today, August 1st, Miami Spice starts. And if you live under a rock and you don't know what Miami Spice is, probably one of your states or one of your counties also has something similar. This is an event where
Restaurant week.
correct restaurant week,
Et cetera.
Florida Taste, all the states have a similar item, and these are done what would be a proper word? Not entice, inspire,
Entice.
entice. That sounds
Inspire.
good. Yeah,
All of it.
yeah. To
Yeah.
bring people in, put asses on seats, and this one in particular is throughout the months of August and September. For lunch and brunch, you can have a 3-course meal for $35. That includes appetizer, entree, and dessert. And for dinner time, those will be from $45 to $60. And we're going to talk a little bit more about
Yeah.
that.
It's to put asses on seats.
Asses on seats. Yeah.
Isn't that cute? So I thought about this. So
Yes.
for the entirety of my restaurant life, I have hated, absolutely dreaded the day that Miami Spice was arriving.
Yeah.
Because I've always said Miami Spice is a time, because it's such an, economical opportunity for people to come eat, it attracts all types of people. People who they can't afford to eat at a certain restaurant normally, so they just want to try it out. Fantastic. They get to try food they haven't had before. The restaurant gets revenue. It's a win-win. But
Here we go.
some people come in and they have sort of this Denny's vibe. A Denny's vibe is where, I love Denny's. I'm not knocking Denny's. That French toast is gangster.
Yeah.
They'll come in and they'll be paying much less than people usually pay, but they'll want a lot more. They'll expect a lot more. I've always said people who pay less expect more. And these are the worst fucking people in the restaurant world. These cheap people who can't afford to eat at the restaurant normally. Again, I'm not knocking that. Everyone has a different economic situation. But
Talk about that soon.
you come to the restaurant, you're paying much less than normal people pay, but you're
On
still
average.
expecting way more. And I've never been able to wrap my head around that. Never. So I thought about this.
Go for it.
Unless you have something to say.
No, you're good. We'll deep dive into that. a
Right.
little
So
bit.
it's like, I thought about this the other day. So it's like the ugly duckling. Okay. Miami Spice for me has always been like a chick who is not my type. Right? She's in the circle of my friends. So I see her all the time, but she's not my type. That's as diplomatic as I can put it. And I never wanted to do anything with her, but she's always kind of like flirting with me and kind of like, yo, when we going out, how come you never take me out? That kind of shit, right? And I've always been like, no, I'm not interested in you, man. I'm not interested. So this is where it gets a little fucking complicated. Miami has gotten really slow. So
terribly slow.
it pains me to admit that when we did Miami Spice last year, it saved us. For the 2 months that we did it, there's no way we would have done as much business without Miami Spice.
Correct.
And I lost sleep every single night,
Every single one.
having to remember or having to acknowledge that fact.
Yeah.
So what happens? So now that ugly duckling, that girl that you weren't interested in, all of a sudden, what happened last year? She walked into the room and something was different about her. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe she lost a little weight. Nothing wrong with big girls, but maybe she was too big at first. Whatever. But something about her was different. Her skin was glowing. I still couldn't stand her, but maybe maybe I was at the bar one day and I was sad or depressed or angry, and she tapped on my shoulder and I turn over and it's the fucking ugly duckling. It's Miami Spice. And she's just like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, fuck, man. All right. Okay, let's do it. Fine, let's do it. So me and Miami Spice, we had a little affair, and it's the kind of thing now where it's like, I don't ever want to see her again, right? We did what we did. We did the adult thing. I don't ever want to see you again. That's it. You know, put that skeleton in the closet, deep in the fucking closet. I never want to see you again, Miami Spice. But now what happens? Now Miami Spice is in your phone. And you're at the bar and you're lonely again. You're at the bar and you're lonely again. And you get a text message. WYD. And I'm like, fuck, man.
What was the code again?
WYD. What you doing? What you doing?
And you'd be like, just CHAAAAATT. Shatting.
So
and
now
do the ing, by the way.
So now we're in a position where, as slow as restaurants are getting, or as slow as restaurants are in Miami now,
absolutely.
Now this ugly duckling is back in my life, and I'm gonna have to take her to bed.
That's true, but
and it breaks my heart.
I have one point and then a question that I want to ask you.
Go ahead, holler at me.
That is true. It brings those emotions back.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, but it's kind of a necessary evil because it also reminds you of a worse person in your phone as well in your contact list, and that is Miami's low season, because that bitch wasn't ringing your phone for like 4 years easy. Now she's ringing nonstop. You go to restaurants, empty. I've been to so many restaurants that I personally enjoy, and being the only person there eating. At 8 p.m.
Hold on though.
Go for it.
There's another way to think about this.
Yeah.
Miami season.
Yeah.
Where we were making good money.
Yeah.
She's not calling you no more.
She ain't calling. She went to New York with the big
ghosted.
shots.
We got ghosted.
Yeah. She having a good time.
The entire restaurant industry in Miami was having a fantastic love affair with the most beautiful person.
Yeah.
I mean, like a person you look at, you're just like, fuck. Coño, que regatata de iba.
Where have you been all my life?
And now you text her one day, she's not answering.
She ghosting, baby.
Not even left you on red. Just not even answering.
No, even worse. You see the 3 bubbles, but they never go off. It's like, what's going on?
So the entire restaurant industry has been ghosted by season.
Absolutely.
And now we have to deal with this ugly duckling.
Now we have to deal with this
who texted us.
But now going to that question that I wanted to say.
Bro.
Now that the ugly duckling is here, are you going to personally dine out and enjoy Miami Spice menus?
I see what you're saying. Okay. I mean, that would be the smart thing to do, but I don't think so.
I am doing the deed.
Listen, there's nothing against
doing
it.
the deed.
There's nothing against it.
And to those who are as well.
Nothing against it, guys.
Here are some pointers for you to consider.
Nothing against
Things for you to be aware of.
Right.
Number 1. Yes, I did mention $35 per person for lunch and brunch, and $45 to $60 per person for dinner. Depends on the restaurant, of course. Now, that doesn't mean that if you go with your partner or anyone else, it's going to be 45, 60, and 60. No, there's still tax. There's still service charges, right? Anything else that you order. For example, if you order water, bottled, that's another charge. Right? If you order side sauces, orders of breads, right? Anything that is not written on that menu, it's additional. So those are things that are going to pop up at the end of your bill. And I say this because, like you mentioned,
happens all the time.
People that come in, they're like, wow, what's going on? I thought it was $35.
Happens all the time,
Listen,
bro. Yo, you know, people actually come into a restaurant.
Even if you go on Black Friday to Best Buy to buy that TV for $100, it's still going to have tax. And then they're going to pay, like, you want insurance for that because they're going to, otherwise they're going to break, yada, yada, and you might buy that. So it's not, that TV is not going to be $100. So just keep that in mind. Again, this applies to those who need to hear that. And then also, very importantly, most, and I mean most restaurants who do Miami Spice, on their menu, they will have a couple of items that to their right have a price tag. That means that if you choose this item, it's an additional charge. Because then some guests are like, I thought this was $45 and I ordered that. Yeah, but that says clearly right next to it, plus 15, plus
They're called
20%.
supplements, people. They're called supplements.
Supplement charges, right? And again, if also come to you and say, would you like to add a side to that? Then that means that you're adding something to it. So servers, please make sure, or I suggest that you use your verbiage appropriately and say the words like, would you like to add? Would you like a side of? Or would you like some extra X? Those little words hint at, hey, I told you. We were very clear. And moving on, it's very important that trust is something that is a very important part when you go into a restaurant. If you don't like what they offer, if you see the menu, or also very importantly, some restaurants or most only do so on their slow days. They're not going to do it on a Friday or a Saturday. So important for you to check out, the Miami Spice website. We'll probably throw it down in the link below so you can check it out. And it's important for you to know which days that they operate. Because if you show up to a Friday to a restaurant and you say, may I please have the Miami Spice menu? And they say, we don't have it available. It's up to you to choose. Do I stay or do I go? And there ain't nothing wrong with that. No. That's totally fine. We call that sticker shock. We might just say, oh, they got sticker shock. We might just chuckle it a little bit. We don't care. As soon as you walk out that door, we won't remember what you even looked like. So
yeah, honestly,
don't be afraid to say, listen, we planned for Miami Spice. Unfortunately, they don't have it today. Let's just go and come back another day.
That's no big deal, bro. That's an inside thing too. People feel embarrassed to sit down and then say, oh, to leave. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. If the restaurant's not for you, you don't have to tell us why you're leaving. For whatever reason that you don't feel comfortable eating at that restaurant, just walk out. Yeah. Nobody cares. We won't take it personal.
You don't need to explain it. And if so, just,
it's no big deal.
Think it will.
Have you ever done that?
Else. Yeah.
You walked in, you walk out?
Yeah.
I've only done that once, but it wasn't because I didn't want to eat there. It's because it took them too long to greet me.
Oh, yeah. That's
way too long.
Yeah, that happened to me once. Yeah,
took way too long.
One of the reasons I did.
The
other reason for me, I want to just jump real quick, is that the item that I went to eat at that restaurant, which is the reason why I go to that restaurant, I said, oh, I'm here for the item. Oh, we no longer have it. I'm like, oof. Thank you so much. We'll just come another day. And I just,
You didn't try something else?
No, because that's what I wanted. I was like, that's what
I
wanted.
It, but you couldn't try something else?
I could have, but
apparently not.
Sometimes you just.
Apparently not.
That's what you want, and sometimes you just rather go home and try something else.
So
we'll have a roast. You
reinforce when you're talking to guests who are about to order Miami Spice. You reinforce the supplements that they are supplements, that they are extra. Those things.
Yeah,
you do.
Depends on my table read, because when you get guests, you kind of have an idea depending on how they talk, how they behave. If certain things need to be spoken for or need to be said, you kind of just mention those. Otherwise. So if they ask you to let them know that will have a supplement charge, so okay, perfect.
I don't say shit, man.
We all have our ways.
Read the menu. Genius.
Correct.
Read the menu.
It depends. Now,
what do you got for us?
Speaking about reading, did you know that at Miami Beach had an event throughout the whole month of July called Savor Miami Beach, where not only they had different price menus on over about 74 restaurants only on the beach, and $1 parking per hour via the Park Mobile app.
I heard about the $1 parking. I didn't hear about the Savor the Beach thing.
Yeah, it was a little different. They had some menus were $45, some menus were $60, some menus were $75, and I think that was the difficult between it, because you had to do a lot more research just to know exactly what days.
This is over?
It's correct. I mean, by now, August 1st, it's over. But by the time of this recording, we still have about a week and a half to enjoy if you want to check it out.
Why do you think they're doing that?
Well, that's a good question. Unfortunately, Miami had suffered a lot of restaurant casualties.
1 million of them.
And not just Miami Beach, but Miami as a whole, we have suffered a lot of restaurant casualties. Even a restaurant that was 40 years in Miami Beach, Osteria del Teatro, closed their doors.
Yeah.
Incredible. So no one is immune to this.
Curtain call.
Yes. So
yeah, they're closing.
Miami's
they're dropping like
flies to do things to bring people
exactly
put asses on seats.
They're dropping
and
like
not just
fucking
Miami.
Flies.
So South Miami as well, and and savor the Gables as well. So many places in Miami decided together that they were going to try something to just put more asses on seats. Miami Spice has been doing it for a lot more years, so people have a little bit more awareness about
asses in seats or asses on seats.
Asses on seats? Yes.
Right.
Asses in seats, a lot different. Is that what I said?
You said asses on seats.
Is that how it is? Or is that asses in?
Take a guess.
I think it's on. It's on top of it.
Okay.
In is inside, no?
I guess so.
Yeah?
Butts on seats.
Butts on seats?
I like the way you said it.
All right, asses on seats.
I like the way you said it.
So I would like to transition into something that I call dropping the ball. We've all, at some point in our lives, played a sport, played some sort of video game, played a card game or board game. And we've been to different places where they play those games differently.
Right.
Right? I'm sure that you played Uno with your friends and they say, oh, you can't do a +4 and a +4. Right?
Everyone has different rules.
Everybody has different
Even
rules.
though there should only be one set of rules.
Even though there should be one set of rules,
Right.
everyone has their own set of rules. The issue with that is that it applies also to restaurants.
Okay.
People go, or to any experience. People go to an experience and they think of, oh, I like the way they play Uno at that guy's house. Because over there, you could do the +4, you could do reverse, you could do whatever you wanted. Same with basketball, you could dribble, not dribble. Nobody gives a fuck. That's the way I like to play. And if they do it that way, every restaurant should be like that. Every place should be like that. And that's where the issue starts.
Right.
That people come to places not only with high standards or high expectations, but also as soon as something happens that it was slightly different in a place that they truly enjoyed, now everything is wrong.
Right.
And now my whole experience is damaged. And to that, it brings the question, how much should you like something for it to be good? I'm going to give you a better example.
Please.
One that we might...
Please.
We both enjoy
Give
movies.
us all a better example.
We both enjoy movies.
Yes. Whoa, wait, hold on, no. You and I have had a lot of static with movies.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give this a try.
Go ahead.
For example, the Superman movie just came out, right?
Right.
And a lot of people out there are like happy about it, not happy about it, because a lot of people had expectations of what that movie should be, what the story was. We all have all these ideas. How much of that movie should you like or enjoy for you to say, man, that was good?
So let me see if I can translate for the folks and for myself. So what you're saying is, what percentage constitutes a positive experience? Is that what you're saying?
Thank you. In more simple ways.
I would say, to get back to the topic of a dining experience, I would say, that's tough. I would say 75%. But not everything weighs the same, too. It's not so simple of an answer. I'm giving you an answer because I'm just trying to move it forward.
Yeah.
But it's not so simple, right? If you order an appetizer, 2 appetizers, 2 main courses, and 2 sides, that dinner is much less enjoyable if you love the appetizers, hate the main courses, and love the sides. But much more tolerable, much more enjoyable if the only thing you would dislike is the sides. So it's not so simple.
Got it.
It's not so simple. So I would say 75. I say if you love your main courses, to be even more simple, that dinner is enjoyable. If you love your main courses.
Got it.
Because if I go have a steak dinner, if I have a Caesar salad, let's call it a wedge, because I'm in a wedge zone right now.
Yeah.
You have a wedge salad, a steak, and a side. And I love the fucking steak. The steak is outstanding. And the wedge was and the cream spinach is okay. That for me was okay. But if I hate the steak, then that dinner sucked. So it's not so simple of an answer. But to get to your question, 75%.
Okay. I guess comes down to, because you mentioned the steak, and we all know y'all about steak. You mentioned on the shark episode that the one thing,
Oh yeah, stick the needle in me. I'm done.
That's it. But that's
my
the
death row
point,
meal.
because most of the time you say to yourself, I'm going to go out for steak.
Right.
And you go out for steak. And or you say, I'm going to go out for pizza, or I'm going to go out for a burger. True, that's the one item that you actually went out for. And if that was bad, then you might say, because that's the one thing that you went out there for.
Right.
Right. And sometimes you say to yourself, well, maybe I did enjoy the salad and I might try something else, but it might not be a steak because that's the one thing I went to try.
Because look, I'll give you a specific example. True Lux sucks now. Right? I used to love True Lux in Brickell, and I would go all the time, and everything was good. Everything was an 8.
Yeah. And what was it? What was your order? 1, 2, 3.
Wedge, New York strip medium rare, cream spinach.
That was it.
Right? They changed the cream spinach. It kind of sucked, but the steak was still good. So I kept going back. When did I stop going to Trulux? Not because their wedge is any less enjoyable. Not because the cream spinach is so bad now, even though they changed it, that I would stop going. I stopped going because the steak sucks. If the wedge was the cream spinach was already mediocre after they changed it, but the steak was fantastic, I'd still be going to Trulux. Yeah. But the steak sucks now, so I stopped going.
Now, what would be the equivalent of that, but in service?
That in service...
Do we have a standard? Because we don't. I mean, obviously, we do have our steps of service.
I would say if you were rude,
true.
If your breath smells, and you don't supply your guests with vital things. Water not being in your glass is a huge inconvenience, but it's not vital. Because I'll go out to eat and I'll forget I have water. Because you could be sitting down and you could be like, oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, I don't have any water. Fuck, that's annoying. But, you never seen another movie question. Let's see how this goes.
Hey.
Have you ever seen Coming to America?
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah. Fucking play the lottery today.
James Earl Jones and Eddie Murphy.
Right. So there's a joke in Coming to America where Eddie Murphy, as the white Jewish guy in the barbershop, he's talking about a soup with a server. He's like, taste the soup. Would you taste it? And the server goes, oh, what is it? Is it too hot? Would you taste the soup? Oh, is it too cold? Taste the soup. And then the server goes, where's the spoon? And then Eddie Murphy goes, aha. That's the point of the joke. If you don't give a guest silverware, that is a sin. A sin. I mean, how nervous do you get if you see food coming out of the kitchen, you recognize it's yours, and you're like, fuck, is my table marked? It's a cardinal sin.
Yeah.
So
bad. It gets you like,
right. Bad breath, rude, no silverware. If you do any of those three things and you don't recover immediately, because it's all about, nothing's black and white. It's all about charisma. If somebody, dude, I've had food drop to a guest's table and through my mistake, as I'll take responsibility, there was no silverware on the table.
Yeah.
I saw it coming and I knew my table wasn't marked, so I ran to get silverware. The food dropped, and I was right behind, maybe 5 seconds behind with silverware, right? And then I said, I forgot what I said, but I made a joke, I thought this was a sushi restaurant, or this is the least I could do is give you silverware, and they laugh, But if that silverware wasn't there, 10 seconds after that food dropped, I was fucked.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucked. And you know me, when I'm at work, to go to the other, bad breath, I am super self-conscious about my breath. And where we work, it's even more important because we work in such a loud restaurant. You got to get close to people.
Yeah.
Got to get close to people.
You mentioned that and not just you. There's also people
look.
Hold on.
I just
want to say that.
Hold on. You want to know how real I'm keeping it right now? Look at this. Yeah. Look what's in my pocket.
Yeah.
Listerine spray.
Very
okay.
important.
I
would advise against that one, but
I want my. What happened?
No, keep going.
What did you say?
No, keep going. But
dude,
I respect it.
I want my breath to be so minty that my guests' eyes bleed when I talk to them. That's how fucking minty I want my breath to be.
Not with garlic, but with mint.
Dude, it's just so nasty when people talk to you when they got nasty
have body
breath.
odor.
Body odor's nasty.
I just wanted to mention because it reminded me of someone who once left me a note, because I also take, when I go to work, I don't know about you guys, but when I go to work, I like to arrive early, so I brush my teeth.
You do.
And I do my flossing, and I scrape my tongue, and I do a mouthwash, all before my shift starts. To me, it's very important. And I remember, maybe I'll post it around, a lady wrote to me on the check, thank you for the good smelling bread. It's key. So
it's amazing.
It's not, oh my God, that's too much. Yes.
Dude.
In my opinion, it's if someone sits down and they come in to have a wonderful dining experience, and every time you show up to the table, you are there to provide with service, to bring value to the table, whether it is by talking to them, by providing them things, by doing things for them so that they don't have to.
I like it.
If every time you come, it's a positive versus a negative. And if it's a negative, it's immediately recovered by a positive. My friend, that's what service is,
Pretty much.
right? So
Yeah.
I hope that this gives light to all those looking or listening, especially those listening, that when we come and serve you and we do those things, that's a mark of excellent service. Something that is not everywhere, let me tell you, because we spoke about being in a restaurant by ourselves and service still sucks.
That's one of the depressing things about Miami. It's almost counterintuitively depressive. It's like, you ever have somebody say, and I've asked you this question before, wow, it's the best service I've ever had. And you feel bad for them because you're like, I didn't do anything. All I did was make sure you had water.
Yeah, where did you go eat? Yeah.
Where the fuck do you eat?
That people treat you in such a way.
People treat you so bad.
But that says something else, that when people say those things, and that's very nice, you know, that's one of the love language, right?
It is.
Words of affirmation, that is very nice. But if you must know, although, yeah, you can give us a handshake, give us a hug, say thank you, all those things, greatest service in the world. But if you must know, a server's love language is cash tips.
Or just tips, bro.
Or just tips in general.
Or just tips.
So just
man.
letting you know, we appreciate all of those gestures. But if you truly want to say thank you to your server,
Right.
just give some additional tip. And I mean additional tip because, again, service charge might already be added. And we're definitely going to do a full episode on service charges. We held on because of reasons. But now that's coming soon. And the idea behind that is that, again, even though service charge is added, and even the more it is, the less your server gets. Again, topic for another day. Just consider leaving an extra 10, an extra 20, or depending on the size of your check, feel free to leave a little bit more, because that is what says to your server, wow, you truly are awesome.
Right.
Everything you did was incredible. And it keeps us saying, you know what? I'm going to keep doing my best. I'm going to keep putting my best effort out there. So consider that. Remember, a server's love language is tips.
Right. At this point in the game, I don't want to hear sweet words. Just say, you know, everything was great. Shake my hand and leave. But the way you really thank me is when I open that checkbook, you tipped extra or you left cash. Otherwise, I don't give a shit. At this point, I don't really care, guys. I don't care. I'm going to serve you well, not expecting a tip. Because if anybody's in the game at this point,
Thank you.
at this point in the game, if you expect a tip from every table, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Right?
No one's batting 10 out of 10.
Great, because if you're getting tipped fantastic every table, then there'd be no doctors or engineers or lawyers in the world, right? Because everyone would just be a server at a high-end restaurant. That's not the way it works. I tip people. I treat people well so that I can increase the chances of me getting a tip. But if you're not going to tip me, it's okay. It's okay. I'm still going to serve you well, hoping that you do. But if you don't, because that's not your philosophy or you don't got it like that, cool. But don't fucking give me roses. I don't give a shit, man. Just leave. Just walk out. I don't care. I don't care about any of that.
I do appreciate them every
Whatever,
now and then.
bro. Listen.
It makes you feel good.
So check this out.
Go for it.
So when you come to eat, sometimes before you eat, you will make notes in your reservation. Oh, it's my sister's birthday, and there's going to be 8 of us, and we'd like a corner table, et cetera, et cetera. Notes.
Yes.
So one of my coworkers had a table who was absolutely out of their minds, delirious, completely naive and ridiculous. I'm going to read it to you very quickly, and then we'll go into why it's absolutely crazy. So this person wrote, I am bringing a guest with me, and we will be there to celebrate his birthday. Please assign us the most beautiful seating you have. Should I continue?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I could have stopped there, by the way.
No, I can just imagine where this had them.
Please assign us the most beautiful seating you have, as we are traveling from New York City and chose your spot for this special occasion. I am requesting for a dessert with sparklers and surprise him with a happy birthday song. Kindly make a note of it, as the details are of critical importance. I don't want to ruin this surprise by coordinating this in front of him on the day of. Thank you so much. Blah, blah, blah. So this is why this gets ridiculous.
Yes.
Those requests are not from another planet. They're just from someone who has absolutely no grasp of the reality of a restaurant. And I'll tell you why.
Or especially one in Miami. Carry on.
Well, just in general. And I'll tell you why. So the average price per person at Our restaurant is above $200.
Correct.
Above $200 per person. We do not work at a cheap restaurant. But listen, our food's phenomenal. Our service is great. So it is what it is. Again, over $200 per person. Do you know what this person's total check was for 2 people? Take a guess.
Less than 200.
No, that would have been fuck. I would have thrown my phone across the fucking room. Less than $250.
But that's all including
That
tax and
is
gratuity.
total. Service charge, tax, everything. So, I'll speak after you speak. Tell me what you think this conversation is going to go like.
I got no idea. Because in my world, it will go very differently.
How would it go in your world? I'm very curious.
Well, I will definitely try to communicate with this person certain things. I take times, for example, I would know whose birthday it is. Because I would start by saying, I believe we're celebrating a birthday. Whose birthday we're celebrating? Would that be the lady? Because you're looking fantastic.
Well, no, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Oh,
I mean, you can do it.
you can because we're
But
celebrating
the
a birthday.
note specifically says,
He does not want to deal
I
with
don't
that
want to make the details
of the
known
birthday
to him.
Correct. So by me knowing, known to him, even better. So I know it's his birthday. At the point that this person stands up to go to the restroom, because everybody needs to do that.
Okay.
That's the point where I personally go to that other person and say, hey, just letting you know, I noticed your notes, et cetera, et cetera. These are the things that we in our restaurants are able to do for you. I can do A, B, Z, and let me know. I can do that so that he gets that surprise, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I tend to do. So within the boundaries of what I can do, I will communicate that at the right time and make that happen for them. But it's very common because I came to you with, they reserved the best seat in the house. And I asked you, what do you think they sat him? And they got seated
Sat him in the fucking bathroom.
They got seated in the worst possible table. So it happens often. So that's why I was laughing about it. But how did it came abroad? I don't know. I actually want to hear how you went about it.
Well, first of all, I would have been like, listen, this is what we have. So I don't mince words as much as I used to with guests, right? I wanted to be diplomatic and tell a guest, because this happens all the fucking time. Okay? This happens all the time. People don't understand that if they want something, they got to pay for it. That's it. I always just, okay, I'll give you dessert, for example, because we're talking about dessert.
Yes.
Okay? We have different levels of dessert, right? Depending on how much you want to spend, we have different options for you. I can go all the way big to do a parade with multiple thousand dollar bottles of champagne with sparklers and I could put a fucking woman on a boat and drive a car into the goddamn restaurant.
Yep.
Okay?
And everybody's going to be there. No one's going to be served except you for that time.
I'll shut the whole restaurant down for you. I will kick everyone out of the fucking restaurant if that's what you want.
Done.
And I always used to say this word for word. I used to say, we only get as involved as you want to be. Which, if you're smart, that means, listen, you want something, you got to pay for it. But you know what I say now? I say, yo, how much money do you want to spend? Or I have these options. Depending on how much you want to spend, this is what I have available. That's it. Okay? What this woman did is just naive and retarded. Okay? Or that word's not PC anymore. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Look, this woman is from New York City. Okay? Which hurts my soul, right? For all myself and all my New Yorkers. Yeah. New York is a food town that just dominates Miami in terms of food, okay? So this woman comes from a food town with such a naive mindset. It drove me, it wasn't even my table. They weren't drinking. They were drinking mocktails. Like, how old are you, first of all? These people were in their 40s. I don't understand how that makes any sense. That's like you going to a Bentley dealer and you going, I have $1,000. What can I get? Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? All right. The money.
A shirt. Maybe.
Money is relative. Okay. $200 at Applebee's might get you a parade and maybe a couple of shots. Awesome. But you have to know where you go. You have to know where you are. You have to know what the price point of where you're going is so that you can have a more realistic idea of what your limitations or any are. So I stayed tuned to that table, even though it wasn't mine, for their entire experience. I ignored my tables under certain circumstances to ask my coworker, yo, what's going on with that table? And my coworker is super sweet. That coworker in question is super sweet. And even he was like, yo, this bitch is crazy. Crazy. Please align better with where you're going so that we don't think you're as ridiculous as you may or may not be. I don't know.
And
That's
even
what I
want
have to say about that.
Thank you. And continuing that and also going back, here's one more that grinds my gears.
Okay, Peter, go ahead.
Handicaps. Right? And by handicaps, I mean handicaps that we, the restaurant or the serve staff, have to work with additionally to taking care of you. I.e., example.
Okay.
You go into a restaurant and you don't know that the hoods in the kitchen aren't working and that the cooks back there are sweating their balls off.
Yeah.
You don't know that, right? You don't know that we're having trouble with the music, or you might feel it, I guess. We're having trouble with the music and the vibe is not exactly the same, right? Or the lights are not working properly. On top of your light, the light might be a little bit more bright than the table next to you, or the table next to you might not have any light, and you'd be like, what's going on? Handicaps, right? Things break, things happen. Sometimes the toilet is broken. Sometimes the AC don't work.
Sometimes the kitchen is flooded.
There's no internet.
Sometimes the kitchen is flooded.
Right? Sometimes the computers ain't working, and now we have to write everything down by hand and take it to the bar and take it. It's chaos.
Yeah.
And when those handicaps happen, because hey, mistakes happen, things break.
Things
happens
break.
anywhere, especially in a place that's used by thousands of people every month. Things have to break. And if you're there on the day that suddenly one of those things happen, don't expect anything. It's like when you sit down to see a concert, but you have that side seat and you kind of take a peek behind the curtain and you see yourself, oh, look at that. It's like, that's not meant for you to be seen. Hold on. Go for it.
Don't expect anything, as in, don't expect anything for free?
Don't expect anything for free.
Ah, okay.
Correct. Yeah, because like, oh my God, this is, hey, thanks.
Oh, yeah. Where's my, I should get a free drink for this.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
It's
saying?
like,
Okay.
that door, was a little difficult to open. I should have a free fucking thing.
Yeah.
Whenever someone says, I should have something for free.
What do you say?
Oh, in my mind, fuck you.
What do you say to them?
Oh, fuck you.
You say fuck you to them?
Oh, no. In my mind, I say fuck you.
What do you say? What do you say to them? I was like, damn, Adrian's gangster.
Yeah. Fuck.
What do you say to them?
Nay. I try and...
Be honest. Be honest.
No.
What do you say? Hey, listen. It's a little hot in here. We should get a free drink. What's your response?
I apologize. It's hot for you, sir. Let me talk to my manager, see what I can do about that. And in regards to that drink, if you like, I can definitely get you another drink.
No, it should be for free.
Sorry, sir. We did not do that. Well, let me see what I can do for you. And then just,
I have said that doesn't sound realistic.
I like that. Might try that.
And then I've also said, I don't think so. I don't think so. Right? This 8 top of women was like, we should get shots for free.
I'm like, sorry, ladies, we don't do that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Not tip me? We're going to fucking tip anyway. Go fuck this up. Right? So that brings into question, well, I agree with your point, honestly. It's perfect transition into what I was about to say, because a restaurant experience is all about us giving to our guests. That is the formula.
Yeah.
There is no restaurant that can work if we put us over you.
Correct.
Guests first, 100%, right? But there are circumstances where stuff breaks, or, hey, listen, shit happens.
Yeah.
Where sometimes that ratio changes a little bit. It changes a little bit. I told you this. I had this table who, man, I was fucking knocking it out of the park with service. Like, I was just crushing it. Everything came out perfect. All of their like concerns and their anger, I just whittled away. They were just chilling. Then at the end, I needed their table to set up a larger table for a very, very like big VIP. When I made it clear to them, diplomatically, charismatically, listen, let's move you to the bar. Let me get you a round of drinks. Let's move you to a different table if you want to stay in the restaurant with us, because they did spend some good money. They were like 3 people. They were 3 people. They spent over $2,000. Fantastic money for 3 people.
Absolutely.
Yo, let's move you to another table. Thank you so much for being so generous with us. I need this table to set up a big party. Listen, I wouldn't do this to you all. And this is me verbatim speaking to them.
Yeah.
Listen, we have time restrictions on our tables because we're so small. As you can see, we're very busy. So we have to keep things moving along for normal guests. I use that word to exclude them from feeling normal. But listen, you guys are fucking right. You guys killed it here today. You guys are rock stars. So let me see what I can do. Let me move you somewhere else just so you can let me, do this thing with this big party that's coming. Absolutely not. That's not going to happen.
What?
So that's what annoyed me. The entire experience you spent there, me catering to everything, Frenching all of your food, nothing. You needed for nothing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden when I have to lift the veal and get back to business, all of a sudden you don't know me anymore. You don't know who I am. I'm a stranger now. We didn't just talk about your farm in North Carolina for 20 minutes, and I didn't make your wife laugh for fucking half an hour, and I didn't make your other friend look like none of that matters anymore. No. None of it. Right? That pissed me the fuck off, because then that's a situation where I've given you 100% the entire night. But now we're in a situation where, hey, listen, 99% is still yours, but I'm asking you to give me 1%. Give me 1% to allow this business to continue to run. Yes, you spent a ton of money. Nothing against it. No way to hide that. Over $2,000 for 3 people is a monster dinner. But I've said this before. What are we supposed to do? Run the entire restaurant, keep the lights on, pay the bills, pay everyone in the restaurant with your $2,000? That doesn't work.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't work. We need to serve other people.
Correct.
Normally, I'd be like, yo, if those 3 people were spending money like the woman who was on her birthday, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get out of here. But no, that's what made it tricky. They were spending good money. But what the fuck, man?
That makes me...
I don't get it.
I kind of cringe for a little bit. And I want to give you this
I don't
similarity.
understand.
Let's say you invite someone to your house, right? Say, hey, come hang out.
Right.
We'll have supper. And then you come in.
Have you ever had supper?
Or dinner. You bring them in. Let's have dinner.
Supper.
You set up the table. When they come in, table's ready.
Yeah.
They sit down. All they have to do is just, it's the restroom is down that way. Restroom's good. They're having a great time. They're in your house, right?
Right.
And then dinner's over. You had a good time. And then your lady who helped you, or anyone, right? The people in your house say, all right, it's time to go. We had a great time.
Right.
And then those people say, wow, you're kicking me out?
Right.
Wow. It's like, is that how you go to people's houses?
Right.
You believe that if you're invited that you get to choose if and when? No, there comes a point where you say, guys, thank you so much for dining with us, or thank you so much for coming to our home. That's the key for you saying, hey, it's time to leave. So if you go to a restaurant and you believe that you have power over this restaurant because you paid,
even if you paid great money.
Even if you pay great money, how do you?
It's not realistic.
When you go to your friend's house, do you do the same thing too?
It's not realistic. It's as unrealistic as a scenario where that person would be like, hey, fine, you want to kick us out of this table? Here's what I'm going to do. And this is, in my opinion, the solution, because again, it's just not reasonable for these people to want to stay there. It's not realistic. But let me present to you the actual solution if you want to live in this unrealistic world. That 3-top, the guy who said, no, absolutely not, we're not moving. You want to know some real gangster shit? If that guy had been like, hey, you know what? How much does it cost to rent out this whole restaurant for one night? $300,000. Okay, get me a manager over here right now. You want to pay $300,000? I'll shut the whole fucking restaurant down for you. But that's my point. My point is that doesn't sound realistic, because it isn't. Because we're living in a realm where it's not reasonable.
No.
Yo, your experience is over. You had a great time. Adrian has said it a million times. The roller coaster ends for you. You got to let other people get on the ride. It doesn't matter if you have a day pass or those passes at Disney where you don't have to wait in line. You got to get off the rock and roller because the ride is over. You got to let someone else get on the ride.
And that's why we always say, you want to
stay? You got to pay, bro. That's it. That shit pissed me off so much, man. So much. But listen, you know what I did at the end of the day? I realized these people were just not getting it. So that's when I actually was like, listen, I got to get a manager involved here because I'm going to get in trouble because I'm going to curse at these people. I'm going to curse at these people. So my manager came over to me. He was like, why are they upset? I said, listen, go ask them. No, but tell me. I said, listen, go ask somebody who gives a shit. I don't care. Go over there. And I never went back to the table. That's it. And before I knew it, they were gone. You know where they were? You know what pisses me off even more? You know where those people, you know what those people ended up doing? They ended up moving to a different table. So why the fuck didn't you move to the table when we offered it to you? I don't understand. But listen, I digress. That's over.
And some people just want to have control over everything. But there are some great people out there.
No, listen, the truth is,
Yeah.
the truth is the majority of the people we wait on, 95% of the people we wait on is just normal. Just normal people. Maybe they tip you something, maybe they don't, but they're just normal. They don't have like weird little intricacies, they're just normal. That's not what makes it interesting. What makes it interesting is the 2% that are just extremely generous, that really, really pay the bills, and then the other percent that are just fucking assholes, man.
And those make the great stories. But they make you appreciate the really good ones, right?
They make you appreciate the normal ones, honestly.
It does.
They really do.
Oh my God, normal table.
Most
finally.
people are just normal, dude. They drink normal things. They act normal. They act with respect. They're just normal people.
And as long as you do that, you'll be okay. In fact, just being generous, you might get a full table of shots. If the AC is broken and you're nice, we might say, you know what? How about we get all those ladies a shot?
It goes a long way.
It goes a long way. But if you're asking for it, it's like
You're not gonna get it.
As some people are like this, it's like when you ask your partner, oh, can you give me a massage? And your partner was like about to give you a massage, all excited, and you're like, I don't want to fucking give you a massage now. You kind of ask for it. It's kind of like the same thing. So you got to let some things come out of you. Right? And that's why I like to do things for my guests without telling them. It's just something that's special. Right? If you want to give them something, they'll be like, oh, let me give you something. Just show up giving things. Here, for you. Enjoy. Or I noticed you were thinking about this. Here, enjoy. Oh, like, I don't know what sauce to get. Get them the second sauce. Doesn't matter. Just do
that
it
all the
and
time.
don't tell them.
I do that all the time.
Do, don't tell.
All the
or
time.
show, don't tell.
Have you ever done this? Like, people are just really sweet. And they're, at the end, a little indecisive. Like, oh, we don't know if we want the mac and cheese or the mashed potatoes. Fuck it. All right, just bring us the mashed potatoes. How often have you just brought them the mac and cheese, too? Yo, I do that all the time. Yeah. It makes me feel so good. Yeah. They're just so sweet. I'm like, here. And then they always look at you like, what's going on? You're like, just have the mac and cheese, bro. It's on us,
You give it from the hot.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Man, also, do you have one on the topic you want to throw?
I do have
last call.
No, let's do last call, man. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yes, yeah. Let's do a last call, sir.
Yeah. I'm done. I'm good.
Oh, I thought you had another topic you wanted to mention.
Next time.
Next time?
Yeah.
Next time it is.
I'm hungry, guys. I gotta eat something.
I wanna finish this up with a little bit of hope.
Okay.
Right? Because even though there's a lot of people out there who are needy or overly, what would be the word? Demanding.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Ooh, I like that. Give a little bit background music.
I can't.
Overly demanding for every one of those.
I can't do Jeopardy.
Sometimes
we get sued.
Every now and then a hero shows up. Right? Someone who truly appreciates the good dining experience. Someone who has the money to pay for it. And really, honestly, doesn't even care. And these are the people that you don't get them all the time. But when you get them, they truly make your night.
So sweet.
I want to share this story about a coworker of ours that recently got very lucky with a guest. After it was a big top, 7 or 8. I believe, no, actually 7 top, like a lucky 7. The experience finishes and he tells the server, I got one game for you. I have this quarter here. You're going to choose heads or tails. I'm going to flip it in the air. It's not going to fall. I'm just going to grab it and flip it in my hand. If you get it right, I'm going to give you $1,200. If you get it wrong, you get nothing. It says, you game? He's like, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Threw it up. Didn't get it. Fuck. But he looks at him and he says, double or nothing.
Oh, get him.
I'm going to do $1,200 or nothing.
Oh, I thought it was 24 or nothing.
No. It's like double nothing was like another chance for him.
Okay.
He was being nice. He was being cool. Yeah. But true. Thank you for mentioning that. You should have doubled up. Then my coworker says, he kind of like feels like, oh, is that like a trick coin or something? Like, I don't know. Why don't you let her, throw the coin? And he did. He's like, oh, come here, throw the coin. She threw the coin up, did the thing. Again, Didn't go through.
Oh, tell me this ends the way I
But
think it's
then
gonna
he
end,
said, one more time. And he looked at the server in the eyes. I was right next to him. And he said, 1,200 or you do a lap dance.
bro. Ooh.
And I look at my companion in the eyes and I said, don't look at me. That's all you, sir.
Right.
And he looked at the guy and said, let's do it.
Wait. The guy wanted him to give him a lap dance?
Either you get 1,200 or you do a lap dance. And he just said, you know what? Hey,
It's $1,200, yeah.
it's $1,200. It's summer. We all need it. And he's like, yeah. Threw it up. He got it.
He got it.
He got it.
That's what's up, dude. That's amazing, guys.
But I did tell my coworker, I said to him, were you really gonna do the lap dance if you got it wrong? He's like, yeah, I would have done,
a fucking lap dance. You do the lap dance.
And he's like, would you? And I'll tell you, just in case, because I always say, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Just in case, when I go to work, I'll wear my nice underwear.
Oh my God. Let's end it there
Thank you
for the
for
love
listening.
of God. Take care, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.